Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is 4 rounds for time. It is called Chauncey. It is 12 hollow rocks, 20 air squats, 12 ab rollers, 20 kettlebell high pulls, 12 V-ups, and 20 alternating dumbbell presses. So we're going to go through all of those movements and then the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so the first movement is going to be our hollow rocks. So what we want to do is we want to put our hands and feet all the way out. We want our back to be flat against the ground. So we don't want an arch here. We want to be pushing actively into the ground, really pushing those, squeezing those abs, and you're just going to rock back and forth. Modifications, you can just do sit-ups, straight leg sit-ups, or you can do to the knees. The next one is going to be our air squat. So what's important with the air squat is that we want to make sure that our feet are always on the ground. Our toes are going to be slightly pointed outward. Our knees are going to follow our toes out. So we're not having a complete straight toe and coming forward with our knees. We want to come out with our knees, and that's going to help us stay straight. It's going to help us balance more. And it's going to help us keep our feet flat on the ground the whole time. So our chest is up, our knees are coming out. We want to try to get down to at least parallel. So that means this part of your leg is going to be parallel with the ground, or we can get a little bit lower. But what I want you to really concentrate is when you come down, I want your feet to be flat. So if you find that your mobility is a little bit off, so in your ankles or knees, and you start to roll forward, one, make sure your toes are pointed outward and your knees are going outward, but also make sure it might be just mobility issues. So go down as far as you can, keeping that foot flat on the ground. Now, if you need a little bit of assistance, you can use a bench or a chair and just tap down. Try not to rock up. We want to make sure that our legs are doing the work. So straight up and straight down. If you need to pause at the bottom, that's okay, but just make sure you're not lifting those feet up or rocking forward. So keep that chest up, stand straight up. And the other thing is make sure you're going all the way up, so you're locking out at the top, your hips are locked, your knees are locked, and then you go back down. The next movement is going to be our ab roller. So if you have an ab roller, we're going to just set up on our knees here. We're going to come all the way out and squeezing those abs to move us back and forward. Our arms are locked out. We're not using our arms to pull us back and forth. We're using our abs, squeezing as we come back and forth. Modification would just be halfway, squeezing those abs. Just make sure that your butt is coming down, whether you're doing a full or half. We don't want our butt to be sticking up because then our arms are going to be doing the work. We want to put the strain into the abs so that we're getting that full workout for your core. So the other thing you can do is, again, you can do sit-ups or V-ups. You can also do inchworms, so you can bend your knees or not to come down, depending on flexibility. Walk yourself out, reach, squeezing your abs to come back up, and just switch arms back and forth. Okay, the next one is going to be our kettlebell high pull. So we're going to take our kettlebell. We're going to make sure that we keep the kettlebell nice and close. We're going to come down, keeping our chest upward, grabbing with two hands. Our knees are out and away, and we're going to pull so that our elbows are coming nice and high, so you can use the weight that you feel the most comfortable with, keeping a good form, back straight, using your legs to pull, to push into the ground, to pull up. So now you can also use a band, so you can do it. You can step in that band, creating this nice tight resistance, or you can even looser resistance, looser band, etc. You can also use a dumbbell if you have one, pulling up, coming down, keeping that chest up the whole time. The next movement is going to be back to our abs. So a lot of abs in this one. So we're going to come down, reaching all the way up, get that nice good V up, squeezing those abs, moving back and forth, modifications to the knees, alternating, or just regular sit-ups to the toes or to the knees. And the last movement is going to be our alternating dumbbell presses. So you're going to get a dumbbell weight that you feel comfortable with. You're going to set them on your shoulder and you're going to alternate back and forth. And you're going to push straight up so that my arm is by my ear and I'm aligned with everything. Switching back straight and tight. Everything supporting, everything in line. So again, you can use different weight. You can also use a band, so you can do 10 on each side with the band. If you have two of the same resistance, you can do it at the same time, but same thing, good, tight, straight up. Don't let that band pull or the weight pull your arms all sorts of ways. It should be straight up and down, fighting that resistance to pull other ways. So it's 4 rounds of all of those movements. Mark down your time, weight, and movement. Revisit, see how you progressed. Check us out on www.macromachinecoaching.com. Sign up for a consultation with me, and we can get you started on a good nutrition plan, a good strength training plan. So get started today. Visit us, like and subscribe to our channel for weekly workouts.